Hello, and welcome to Nights in the Nightmare Let's Play. This is video 7, covering scene 4. The music for this video is Old Smudged Map from Shadow Hearts 2 Covenant. Thanks for the suggestion, Gamma Nerd. So, last update, we covered the inventory screen. We didn't advance the story at all. And the time before that, we covered scene 3. During the scene 3 update, we recruited Martin, a Lance Knight. And with him in our party, we discussed movement on the field with Lance Knights. We also demonstrated how to interrupt an enemy. That's when they make a distinct sproing noise, and a box appears next to them with a number inside. If I can spin the box the same number of times as the number on the box, then the enemy will be interrupted. We also had an incident where we changed the elemental affinity of an enemy. What happened was, I hit one of the enemies with an attack that launched it into the air and then slammed it onto the ground. When he hit the floor, then a box appeared next to him. So I spun the box and changed him from neutral affinity to darkness. And that actually worked out really well for us, because the axe we were using was Sanctity, so it did double damage to him. As far as the story is concerned, we learned that there's a frail girl named Peach, and yeah, that's going to be the pronunciation I go with, Peach. Anyway, she was asking about the prince. Her grandfather kind of brushed the question away. We also learned that apparently there's a beast running around in the forest, kicking the ass of everyone it meets. Apparently the cardinal has ordered it to be captured alive, but so far all it's done is killed a bunch of knights. And finally, we also learned that some witch was quickly promoted to general by the cardinal. The knights that were talking about this witch seemed a little annoyed that she had risen in the ranks so fast. I think that covers most of the important points from that video. And I should mention, the video ended with us getting a werewolf in our face. And yep, this is the beast that everyone's talking about. So it looks like we're in for a boss fight. But before we get to that, we have the usual chores. So we need to recruit the knights in the stage if we can. We need to get the key items that are in the objects. Looks like we have some grass here. Break to find a key item. There's some grass, and there's one back here. It's kind of hard to see. And so that's 3 grass patches and a treasure box, and they all have key items in them. Alright, let's check out the knights. First off, there's another warrior to recruit. His silhouette is blue. That tells us his elemental affinity is ice. Alright, Ferenz Hanover. As a reminder, I'm just going to touch these guys and wait a little bit. So if you want to read their stats, you'll need to pause the video. And while I'm holding on to him, we have the telltale yellow banner. So I know I have the key item that we need to recruit him. So, alright, another warrior for the gang, great. Next we have a green silhouette, so let's touch him with the stylus. And look, he's an archer. His name is Dreas Kubelka. Oops. And once again, we have the telltale yellow banner, so we have the means to recruit him. Archers have some pretty interesting mechanics, and I'm glad to have one coming to the team. Let's check out his attack range. Right now in Law phase, it looks like he faces southwest and southeast, and it appears that he can hit a single square. There's a neat detail about the attack of an archer. When an enemy is in the square and you attack, you actually lock that enemy down in place. So as soon as you lift the stylus, the enemy is frozen to the spot. This is unique among the knights, and what it does is it prevents the enemy from wandering outside the attack range while the attack animation is going. So you are guaranteed that the enemy will get the full damage that was stated in the crosshairs when you lift the stylus. Not bad, and it helps a lot considering that the attack area is only one stinking square. Furthermore, the Law phase attack will also stun the enemy, as long as the weapon's elemental affinity is different than the enemy's. Now, we haven't talked too much about status ailments, but for now, just know that while stunned, the enemy can't move, and the next damage received will be at least 100%. So, what does at least 100% mean? Let's say I stun an enemy here, we'll say. And so he's stuck there, he's seeing stars, he can't move, he's stuck there. And the next attack is going to come from Ferenz. And like an idiot, I attack facing that way, so just slightly out of his range. Normally, that enemy would get a little bit of splash damage, and it'd be close to 10% or something. But in this case, nope, the enemy's stunned, so he's getting 100%. He's taking full damage. Unfortunately, not all bosses can be stunned. However, this one can, under certain conditions, so we'll try it out on him. So, this lot phase attack for archers is looking pretty good, but there's another consideration. See how the attack square is constantly moving down the line? Once he's charged, Dreas' attack range will continue to move in that cycle. In the past, we've seen with warriors, the hermit, and the lance knight, that once they're charged, their attack range is laid out in front of them, and then they just have to wait for an enemy to wander into the range, then perform the attack. Archers don't get that luxury. Their attack range is constantly in motion, so you need to align the enemy with the attack before letting loose. Now this applies to both Law and Chaos phase. Let's switch to Chaos and check out his attack pattern there. So, a similar thing is going on here with the attack range shifting constantly, but this is a little more of an AoE attack. And just like the Law phase attack, the Chaos attack will also lock down the enemy, but it won't cause a stun. However, it does have much more potential for damage. Basically, each square is an area that receives an attack, and if you're fighting a large enemy, like one that overlaps a couple squares, it'll get damage from each square it overlaps. This is another thing that's unique to archers, and it also works in Law phase with a single square. Now, the fact that this works well on large enemies means that archers are usually good against most bosses. So right now, archers are looking pretty bonkers. In Law phase, they have an attack that will stun the enemy when it lands, and in Chaos phase, they have an attack with AoE. In both phases, their attacks lock down the enemy. So, yeah, they're starting to look pretty bonkers, but we're not done yet. There's another thing about archers. If we look at Dreas' location, he's actually standing on a higher elevation than anyone else in the stage. And we can see that when we touch the stylus to him. In the bottom right corner, there's a height indicator, and it says 8. So his elevation is 8. Now let's compare to Firenze. Yeah, Firenze is standing on a 0.5 height block. Now for me, it's kind of hard to tell on the battle preparation screen. I mean, I get it, but there's not really a lot of visual clues. However, if I press L or R on this screen, we get a nice little portrait of the area, and yeah, for me it's a little easier to see on the screen that Dreas is definitely standing on a higher spot than everyone else. Anyway, the point about Dreas on that high block is that he gets a crazy bonus to his charge time from standing there. That's just a quirk of archers. The higher the elevation of their location, the faster they charge. Hermits are similar, so Moira would be good at that spot as well, so be sure to watch for that. When I use Dreas in this scene, he's going to charge like a motherfucker. Alright, I think that's enough about the archer for now. I'm excited to use him, and he's going to be fun. Finally, there's a boring NPC on the field. Jorgen B. Druten, and the telltale yellow banner, so we have the key item to give to him. So as a total, we have 3 key items to hand out this round. Alright, that's fine. We're going to give priority to the items that recruit knights, of course. So let's load them up. Alright, letter opener is for Jorgen. Sake bottle for Firenze. Let's load it up. And a Upora statue. Alright, Dreas apparently has a connection, so let's load it up. So we have 2 key items here, and 2 more slots for weapons, so that's it. We're going to stop loading up key items now. Jorgen will have to wait for next round. Now, even though there's a boss fight, we still have objects in the field that need to be looted. So let's see what we got here. If we touch them, like I mentioned before, yep, each one has a key item. So they need to be beaten up. Alright, let's see. Firenze can get these 2 grass patches in Law phase. Or at least it looks that way. But unfortunately, this is misleading. You see how the one on the left is within his attack range. Sure enough, it's lighting up. And even though the game's indicating that he can hit it, you can't necessarily trust it. The game is actually showing me his max potential for attack range, but it's doing so with no regard to what weapon I'll use. If Firenze attacks with a regular attack, and remember that's when you attack without equipping a weapon, and in that case he'd get the full range. Regular attacks don't seem to have height limitations, or if they do have limitations, they're very generous. However, certain items can't handle changes in elevation. Now, I had originally planned to discuss elevation tactics in this video, but when I looked at the next scene, I saw that it actually presents a better situation for explaining how height affects the attacks. So I'm going to save that discussion for next time. Let me just say that from his current position, Firenz cannot hit that grass, no matter what. No matter what the game's telling us, when he actually tries to attack with a skill attack, no, he can't hit it. The only way he can hit it is with a regular attack, and that won't do any damage, so it'd be a waste of time. So I can't depend on him to get that key item. Let's see what Dreas can do. Well, Law Phase is not going to help at all. Let's check Chaos. Alright. Looks like he can hit that patch of grass and the treasure box. And yeah, the height difference will be no problem for him, so his attack will definitely land. So, he would need to attack a couple times to get the treasure box, and then he could get the grass. But this other patch of grass is out of range. I'm going to really quick just equip 2 things so I can get rid of these little touch icons. I don't even care what goes in there. Alright. Yep, he does miss this patch of grass. Alright, so we're going to have to basically get Marden in here. Unfortunately, Firenz can't reach it either. So what we'll have to do is bring Marden in and then spend a turn getting him over to the grass. And then attacking it from there. So, between Dreas spending several attacks on the treasure box and the grass, and Marden trotting over to the grass, this grass here, we're looking at spending a couple turns just getting key items. And yeah, that's the thing that happens. But we actually have a more efficient option here. Check out the location of the obstacles. We actually have a character that can cover them much better than Dreas. Moira, get in here. If we check out her attack in Chaos Phase, we see that she can hit the treasure box and the left grass patch in one hit. And then she can turn around and hit the distant grass patch too. So nice. This leaves just one grass patch left for Firenz to take care of, and he can do that in Law Phase. He will be able to hit this lower one, so that should make it easy. We're going to use Moira for the first round to get the key items here. So we'll also take the time to recruit Firenz, and we'll probably just give the NPC Jorgen his item this time after all, since we don't have to worry about recruiting Dreas this turn. Alright, so I'll leave in the sake bottle. I don't need this Ubora statue anymore. Let's throw back in the letter opener. Oops. Alright, Jorgen should be happy with that. Now, I should mention that, yeah, Moira can handle the elevation difference here, so there won't be a problem with her attacks landing. Really, the only concern is that she doesn't ruin the treasure box before it opens. Now remember, the treasure box is a container, so it has 3 statuses: normal, open, and fragile. It starts out normal, and I need to beat it up until it reaches the open status. If I beat on it too hard, it'll skip open status and go straight to fragile. And when that happens, I'm screwed. The key item is trapped inside. The only thing I can do at that point is to destroy it completely with a warrior, and then I have to wait for it to respawn. So let's avoid that. I'll hit it nice and gentle-like until it opens, so I won't be using full charges with Moira. Now that might be a little challenging because, as I mentioned, hermits charge super fast when on a high elevation, so we'll have to see what happens. Alright, what else? Well, I suppose we should talk about the boss, huh? So apparently there's a werewolf running around loose and has killed a lot of knights so far, and now it's a showdown between the wisp and the werewolf. As you can see, there's no other enemies on the map, so it's going to be a nice one-on-one. There's no monster matrix this time and no monster slots. We just need to kill the boss to win. There's still the same time limitations though, and I still have a finite amount of turns. So when we start this round, there's going to be 2 bars to watch. There's a blue bar down here, and that's basically his health bar. Underneath, there's an empty bar called the rage meter, and as we hit the boss with attacks, the rage meter will start to fill up. Once it reaches the cap, the boss will do a special move. You'll notice the rage cap is tied to the boss's current health. That's this yellow indicator here. Right there. So as the boss's health lowers, the rage bar has less to fill before it can do the special attack. So that's an interesting mechanic. Alright. Alright, anything else? Well, I should tell you, I guess, bosses don't have elemental affinities. So, no opportunity to do 200% damage based on element, but no penalty for attacking with the wrong element. I'd say that's a pretty even trade. Alright, I think that about covers it. So our plan is get Fiorenza's key item equipped, which we have. Get Jorgen's key item equipped, which we have. Get weapons for our knights. Okay, we want Moira to attack in Chaos Phase so she can hit those objects. So let's go to the table, sort by Hermit, and see what we have here. Searing Edges, we've used these before, and they work pretty good. And yep, they're Chaos Phase, so let's load them up. We want Fiorenz to attack in Law Phase. Let's see, Fiorenz is level 5, so let's pick an appropriate weapon for him, and I think we all know what that's going to be. Hey, good old slasher. Alright, our inventory is filled up. We're going to recruit Fiorenz, and then give Jorgen his key item. Then Moira is going to beat on the objects in her range. Fiorenz is going to attack that patch of grass right here. We're not going to engage the boss if possible. We don't want him dying on us. Oh yeah, another thing about this boss. He's going to give me a couple chances to do an interrupt move. So listen for that sproing sound effect, and then look for a box with a number to appear near him. If I manage to spin the box the same number of times as the number on the box, he'll be jammed and something will happen. Okay, having said all that, I think we're ready. Let's do it. Defeat Werewolf Jamie within 7 turns. I think we'll be able to pull it off. Let's do this. Alright, it begins. Let's do the pause talks real quick. Alright, Moira's mentioning Bon, and sure enough, in the last update we actually transsold Bon to Moira, and she got a special bonus. So, yep, that makes sense. Fiorenz mentions Bon as well, that's interesting. Norton, a wealthy boy. We'll talk more about him later. Alright, I've jammed him. And, oh, he turned into a pansy human. Alright, that's too bad for him, I guess. Alright, Fiorenz. Yeah. Sounds like something a drunk would say. So since Jorgen's just an NPC, he won't be recruited, but he will give me a weapon now since I've given him this key item. Alright, grabbed it. Alright, Moira, let's grab these key items, and please don't shred up that treasure box. Did you see how fast she charged there? Oh, fuck me. So, I grabbed the grass, it was fragile, but the treasure box went up to fragile without opening first, so shit. The key item's trapped in there. Well, that's going to make things interesting. Now I don't have a choice, I have to destroy it with Fiorenz, and then let it respawn. Oh shit. Damn it, Moira. Alright, that's fine. Ooh. Oh, that's terrible. I had to spin twice that time since I had already done it once. And I'm going to attack this patch of grass, and I don't care that I'm fully charged. I don't need to worry about bypassing the open status on this patch of grass. It's not a container, so I can go ahead and just wail on it.
You shall be engulfed.
Alright, the boss got a little hurt there, so sure enough his health bar went down, and he's starting to regen. You can see it budge upward. Meanwhile his rage meter started to fill, so he's getting pissed. Alright, Firenz, let's grab this patch of grass. Alright, got it. Okay, at this point I don't have anything to gain from... Oh, fuck me. I don't have anything to gain from continuing this match. I suppose I can farm some gems real quick, but I don't want to hurt the werewolf because I still need to respawn that friggin' treasure box. Alright, our time limit up here is expired. B-. Alright, we got our key weapons, that voltaic, I guess, dagger. That was given to us by the NPC Jorgen. Alright. Yep, the boss lives on. Alright, we need to bust this treasure box, son of a bitch. Looks like in Chaos phase, yes, the warrior can reach it, so we're going to do that. We'll have to give him a Chaos Axe. And let's take out Firenz and put in Johann. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put Dreas in his perch. So Moira, you're out. Dreas, you're in. I can take away Moira's daggers, since no one's going to use them. If I leave them equipped, then they'll lose a durability during the round. So might as well take them out, huh? But I do need to add Dreas's key item so I can recruit him. In you go. And of course, Dreas will need a weapon as well. Well, Johann is going to cover Chaos phase, so I guess I'll give a law weapon to Dreas. So, we have a flint bow here, and it works in law phase. Works for me. Alright, so we're going to need to destroy this, and of course when it gets destroyed, some orbs will pop out. I'm using a... oh, crap, I don't want that. Guess we'll go with the cross axe. So, I'll be using a sanctity weapon, so sanctity orbs will pop out of this. And then unfortunately we're just going to have to not kill the boss until this freaking treasure box respawns on us. Alright, let's get this started. We're going to probably skipping a couple turns just to regenerate the treasure box. Oh well, all's well that ends well. We'll get this. We'll get it.
Engage.
Alright, Dreas mentions Firenz, so apparently they have a special bond. We're going to exploit that later. There's his statue. He'll join us afterwards now. Alright, Johann, let's bust this stupid treasure box. Alright, it's gone. And we slapped around the boss a little bit, but nothing he can't recover from. Son of a bitch. Not really much to do now except farm gems, I suppose. And I only have 8... Oh, shit. His rage meter filled up, so he's going to do his move. Alright, we'll see what happens. Ooh. There, you blew up the moon. Alright, we only have, what, 8.5 magic points here, but I can just stop and convert the remaining time to magic points, and that'll be the most efficient way to handle this, I think.
Time's up.
We're in purgatory here. We're going to have to keep stalling for time until that treasure box comes back. The next time we get this guy into a human form, I'll try and stun him with Dreas. That's the only means by which we can stun him. He can't be stunned as a werewolf. And as long as we're killing time, Johann can bust this grass patch and we'll get some orbs out of it. Might as well, huh? So we'll throw on the first law weapon I can think of, Slasher. Alright.
Engage. Ready.
Now get out of there.
I will corrupt.
Alright, grab the orbs. Let's see if I can turn him into a human. Alright. He's locked down. And yep, he's seeing stars. There's a little meter there saying stun. And there he pops out of it. Nothing left to do here. Let's just end the round. I'm going to take experience this time.
Time's up.
Huh, hey, I got an A, nice. Alright, no change. The treasure box is not back yet. Let's switch Johann's axe back out. We'll give him the cross axe again. I kind of like that one. So now Dreas can cover Law Phase and Johann can cover Chaos Phase. But we're not going to do anything until the treasure box comes back. I suppose what we can do is just beat on the boss a little bit so that we don't have a whole health bar to worry about when we finally decide to kill him. Oh, yikes. Alright, I'm going to stop hitting him now because that took off a lot. I mentioned this in the update from last time, but there's actually a regeneration happening here. So the black area in his health bar is permanent damage, so he can't recover that. However, the darkened blue can be recovered through regeneration, and if you stare at this long enough, you'll see it creep upward. Alright, I filled up his rage meter apparently, so here we go again. Ooh, ouch. And then, of course, this area here is his actual HP he's got right now. Ooh, I need to pay more attention. Alright, screw you, buddy. Let's just end the turn again. We'll let him transform and then cut our losses. And I'll take experience. T+. Oh my god, that freaking treasure box is not back yet. Alright, let's fire it up. Yeah, more XP. Please come back, you stupid treasure box. There it is, it came back, thank god. Johann can reach that in Chaos Phase. Johann, do not destroy it, please. Don't bring it to fragile status. Open it first, for fuck's sake. We are on turn 6 of 7, so we have this turn and then the next turn to finish this scene. We can still do this. Shit. You know what? I'm an idiot. Those other scenes where I just skipped right away, I should have unequipped these weapons. They've taken a durability penalty because I left them equipped. Motherfucker. Alright, well, that's my own fault. Okay, Johann. Do not kill this stupid boss, but get the friggin' treasure box open, please.
Engage.
Alright, I'm not gonna hit him, so now I gotta wait. I'll put Johann on ready status, so I touch this box up here. And now I just need to touch him again, and he'll unleash his attack. Oh, looks like I can do it now. Nice. Open up, you fucking box. Alright, there we go. Alright, I got it. Alright, Dreas, let's kill this shithead. Oh, he ran away. Fine. Dreas is on hold. Switch back to Chaos. Let Johann attack. Oh, you can't hide forever, Wolf. There we go. Nice job. Ah, shit, here we go again. Oh, I'm only going to get 43% damage, but I think I'm going to take it. Broke the treasure box again. Alright. Ooh. Alright, we did it. Whew. Pretty friggin' sloppy, but I'll take it. Alright, glad to have you, friends. Glad to see you, Dreas. I'm glad to have an archer. So it appears that we just witnessed how Firenze and Andreas died. It was at the hands of the werewolf. Okay, we're back at the inventory screen. To be honest, I haven't really decided how I'm going to handle this. I don't know if you guys are going to be interested in watching me every single time go through and just fart around with my items or transol or whatever. For now, I'm going to continue what I've been doing and just cut this part out. If for some reason you want to see what happens, then let me know. If I do anything major like transol someone so the night's gone forever, I'll be sure to point it out next time. Alright, I'll see you on the other side. Alright, we're back. I didn't really do anything very significant. I didn't see the need to do any transols right now. I gave some experience points to Johann, Moira, and Andreas. He's going to be our archer. Aside from that, I just stacked a few items. Nothing really significant. Let's move on. here we are, ready for the next scene. So, what did we just watch? Well, first of all, yep, the werewolf's dead, obviously. It looks as though the armored maiden has some kind of a Dragon Ball Z thing going on. She can sense when the werewolf was killed. She can sense more evil up ahead. So, okay, I guess that's good to know. However, the knights that found the corpse of the werewolf seem to react funny. I'm going to go ahead and connect some dots here. The prince is missing. The werewolf, when he died, he called us father, and the knights freaked out when they found the corpse. So, yep, yeah, that was the prince. For some reason, the prince was a werewolf. In his human form, he was still pretty fucked up, and he didn't seem to remember anything. And just to hit it home, yes, we're the king. We are the Wisp, and the Wisp is the king. So we just killed our own son. In the Wisp's defense, it doesn't really have its memory back yet. It's just working off of instinct. However, at the moment of his death, the prince certainly did recognize us, didn't he? Now, without getting too spoilery here, I want to point something out. Someone got in our way, and we fucking killed him. It doesn't matter who it was. You want to block the Wisp, you get fucking killed. That becomes something of a theme in this game. Alright, this is a good stopping point. I'm looking forward to using Dreas when we can, and I'm going to have to explain height differences in the next video, and hopefully I'll be able to discuss some more about some more gameplay mechanics that I really would like to get to. I guess time will tell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.